Hello everyone and welcome back to bHaptics. My name is Alex and today we'll be taking a look at part 1 of our top 20 first-person shooter VR games with native bHaptics support. Now, not only does the tac suit make each of these experiences even more real and immersive, but you can also gain a competitive edge against your opponents by reacting to the haptic feedback in real time. If that's enough talking, let's check out the games. Pavlov VR is a fantastic multiplayer shooter in virtual reality known for its amazing gun mechanics and passionate modding community who have brought new and exciting maps and game modes to the game. The bHaptics tac suit brings a level of immersion to Pavlov that is truly fantastic and enhances the experience in a way that should be felt by any true Pavlov player. Firearms provide recoil patterns on the arms and chest, simulating the feeling of shooting a real gun. Each weapon has a unique feel when being used and changes based on the type, size, and power. During combat, the tac suit reacts in the direction that you've been shot from with different impacts for different weapons. Use this to your advantage to launch a counterattack without relying on sound or on-screen indicators alone to gain the competitive edge against your opponents. Contractors VR is a popular competitive online multiplayer FPS for Oculus Quest and PC VR platforms. Experience a next-level VR military battlefield with intense firefights, co-op missions, lethal weapons, and fully customizable loadouts. Recoil from weapons on your arms and torso react in real time. ERM actuators deliver precise synchronized feedback of the weapon onto your body. The strength of the recoil effect changes dynamically based on the type of weapon that you're using. Contractors provides delicate haptic feedback when being shot at. Feel the precise location of the incoming enemy fire on your torso and head. Use this to your advantage to launch a counterattack without relying on sound or on-screen indicators alone to gain the competitive edge against your opponents. The strength and size of the haptic response is customized according to each weapon that's being used, providing maximum immersion when playing Contractors VR. Onward is a tactical multiplayer shooter in virtual reality known for its intense realism and competitive gameplay. Players use coordination, communication, and marksmanship skill to complete objectives in online infantry combat. This military-style simulator is taken to the next level with the bHaptics tac suit, allowing you to feel the in-game action like never before. Pulling the trigger on your weapon provides instant recoil feedback, creating a one-to-one firing experience on your arms and chest. Grenades explode with jarring intensity and can even be felt through walls. Feel the direction you've been hit from in real time, allowing you to adjust your strategy and gain the competitive edge. Being shot in the head triggers an invasive haptic sensation, urging you to avoid poking your head out in the future. Incoming enemy fire from behind triggers on the back of the tac suit, so you'll know to turn around if you want to stay in the fight. Use this tactical haptic feedback information to gain the upper hand against your opponents and achieve the glory of victory in Onward. Grab your rifle, gaze down the scope, and take aim in Sniper Elite VR, the stealth action World War II first-person shooter built exclusively for virtual reality. Take on an explosive single-player campaign with 18 replayable missions and feel all of the action with the native bHaptics tac suit integration. Picking up weapons, ammo, and items will trigger immersive haptics on the arms as you prepare yourself for the intensity of battle. ERM actuators work in real time with gameplay to provide a one-to-one haptic experience. Feel the intense kick of all of the authentic World War II weapons when you pull the trigger. Sniper rifles, machine guns, grenade launchers, and more all feature custom recoil haptics on the tac suit when you fire them. Incoming enemy fire triggers in real time and at the location of impact on the head and torso, prompting you to take cover and avoid being hit. No matter which scenario you find yourself in, the tac suit is there to provide the immersion factor in every moment that matters. Into the Radius is a single-player survival shooter for VR veterans. Stalk the Radius zone filled with surreal landscapes and dangerous anomalies. Stealth, climbing, or realistic firearms to explore, scavenge for food, and recover strange artifacts in an unforgiving dystopian environment. Feel the powerful recoil of your weapon as you defend yourself in the Radius zone. Dangerous anomalies in the environment trigger jarring haptic events as you're damaged. Monsters in this game are relentless and will attack you with melee swings or even shoot at you with firearms. Walking through these anomalies will be much more intense with the tac suit, so use caution. Experience a true sense of urgency as your heart pounds when you're low on health. Climb up ladders and feel yourself grab on as you make your way up buildings and structures. You'll feel yourself equipping your backpack and map on your back, as well as items on your chest that are kept there for easy access. Care for a smoke? Discover fun haptic surprises like inhaling and exhaling when lighting up a virtual cigarette. Zero Caliber Reloaded is a story-driven military shooter with a full-blown single-player and co-op campaign for up to 4 players. The bHaptics tac suit simulates the intense recoil patterns of each of the many weapons in this game. Explosions hit hard with an exciting impact on your chest and face, so look out for grenades. Experience heart-pounding haptics that truly increase the immersion of your gameplay. During combat, the tac suit reacts in the direction that you've been shot from with different impacts for different weapons. And of course, headshots are way more intense with bHaptics. Use this to your advantage to launch a counterattack without relying on sound or on-screen indicators alone to gain the competitive edge against your opponents. Hyperdash is a VR team-based shooter designed for online multiplayer. The game offers 7 different game modes with the option to add mutators, providing a constant variety in objectives for you and your teammates to strategize and defeat your opponents. Hyperdash is known for its movement and teleportation system. Grinding on the rails in Hyperdash provides a distinct haptic effect near the bottom of the torso, so you'll feel connected to all the movement in the game. Each of the weapons in Hyperdash is unique and feels different to use. Feel incoming fire from your opponents with directional accuracy. Haptic impacts can tell you the exact timing and direction in which you're being hit from, allowing you to react quicker and recover the upper hand. When you're low on health, the heartbeat haptic on the tac suit will keep pounding. Picking up a health pack provides a soothing wave of comfort to alleviate you and get you back in the action. There's even different haptics in each game mode for things like pushing buttons in Domination or picking up and moving the ball in Ball. Everything in Hyperdash has been made more immersive through the magic of haptics. Survive is a realistic zombie survival first-person shooter designed specifically for virtual reality that will test your survival skills. Play the thrilling story in single player or co-op with up to 4 players and survive the apocalypse. There's a lot of fun weapons in Survive, and you'll know what it feels like to shoot the game's pistols, assault rifles, shotguns, and even bow and arrow. Feel heart-pounding haptics that truly increase the immersion of the experience. Intense zombie attacks can be felt on your body with directional accuracy, so you'll always know which way the zombies are coming from. If you take too much damage, be sure to use a first aid spray for a refreshing haptic experience. Everything from storing items on your backpack to dousing yourself in zombie guts has an immersive haptic response on the bHaptics tac suit. Tales of Glory 2 Retaliation is a VR tactical shooter adventure mixing huge immersive battles against hundreds of NPCs and infiltration missions. The bHaptics tac suit simulates the intense recoil patterns of each of the many weapons in this game. Choose your loadout and feel the difference depending on your gun of choice. Precise haptic patterns trigger on your body and arms in the exact location of impact when under enemy fire. And of course, headshots are way more intense with the tac suit. Explosions hit hard with an exciting impact on your chest and face, so look out for grenades. During combat, the tac suit reacts in the direction that you've been shot from, with different impacts for different weapons. Use this to your advantage to launch a counterattack without relying on sound or on-screen indicators alone to gain the competitive edge against your opponents. Grapple Tournament is a VR arcade shooter for adrenaline-packed vertical combat. Enjoy 3D movement freedom with your grappling hook and dual-wield multifunctional weapons. Powerful rockets, electric tasers, rifle blasts, and more are all represented through custom haptic patterns via ERM actuators that simulate each weapon beautifully.
I'm out of ammo, shit.
Climb, dash, teleport, and grapple your way through a variety of stages. The tac suit truly connects you to the in-game movement in a way that makes you feel as if you're really swinging into the fight. Feel incoming damage from your opponents on your body, arms, and head. These feedback patterns will vary according to the type of weapon that was being used. Spring back into action after being downed with an invigorating wave of haptics when respawning. Even picking up armor and health is an immersive and integrated experience in Grapple Tournament with bHaptics. And there you have it, there's 10 of our favorite first-person shooter titles with full bHaptics support. I hope you liked the video, please give it a like if you did, and subscribe for future videos because I will be back next week with part 2 of this top 20 list. So until then, suit up, sink in, bHaptics.